At the Lafayette Place campground parking lot, the eastern one in Franconia Notch, New Hampshire. This is just a shot of some of my planned drinks for the day. Take one Powerade and one water with me. Got a quart of orange juice and a chocolate milk and another water and a Gatorade for when I come down. I'll probably drink all of those. And I'm also hoping to get some water at the hut on the side of the mountain up by Lafayette. I'm going to do a Franconia Ridge Loop hike today. Go up the Falling Waters Trail, across the ridge to Lafayette, back down to the Greenleaf Hut, and back down by the bridle path. And I'm thinking it's going to take about 9 hours, but I'm going to take my time and enjoy it. Nice little piece of trail work here. I would imagine that when it rains, water comes down through here pretty fast, so that's a good way to stabilize it. We very quickly come to a really beautiful brook, and since it's called Falling Waters, I expect to come to some falls shortly. Here's the point where the Falling Waters and the Bridle Path trail split. I will be going this way on Falling Waters and coming back on Bridle Path. Now following the brook up on the southern bank, or left bank if you say, like the Parisians coming downhill. And the trail's now traveling well above the stream. Well, if I looked at the map, we've done a flat traverse away from what is called the Walker Brook. And this is called the Dry Brook. This is possibly the driest time of the year, so I guess everything is relative. But you can certainly cross easily on stones, maybe not in the spring. And we'll keep on heading up. So I tested this rock to make sure it wasn't slippery. I step on that stone right there, and that one, and right across. This is a very popular route, maybe even more popular in the winter. So there's a lot of trail work on it. A lot of cars in the parking lot, and a lot of people there when I headed up, so I'll probably see them all on top. Haven't gotten to the falls yet, but I expect they're coming along here fairly soon. No sooner had I spoken than I came to this. Come to the second cascade. We continue to follow the brook, now on the north bank or right bank. So the trail has started to go up more steeply, but it's the only way we're going to make the 3,000 change in vertical. So it's nice that it's steady. Here's a nice flow down the slab. Things that make you go, somebody's sock fell off, left it because of weight. Strange. Just got some puffy cumulus clouds going over right now. Sun's almost out. It's supposed to be totally clear when I get up to the ridge line, at least for an hour or so. So here's the picture that's in all the guidebooks and pictures of the Falling Waters Trail. Equally photogenic from the top and the bottom. Don't know if I'll ever get to the top if they keep having these beautiful waterfalls. I'll ask them to reorganize the trail. Standing right here, you can feel the cool air flowing down the river valley and the cool mist from the falls. Be a great place to cool off if you were coming down the mountain. With one hand firmly against a healthy tree. I'm about halfway up the falls. I'm going to have to retitle this video, The Falling Waters Falls. Maybe I'll get a little bit of the mountaintop too. This could be a little bit of a tricky section here. The slab. It is kind of wet, and if it were icy, could make for a bad situation. A lot of people go around the bottom here. That doesn't look too bad. I'm going to go on the upper side simply because there are roots and things to hang on to. And now we get to a beautiful natural staircase in the rocks right up the side. So here are the falls from above. Might as well get them from every angle. And then it just continues like this. And splits off this way. Another beautiful falls. Okay, please. This has got to end sometime. It's just too beautiful. This is some dry brook. Must have dried up when it froze solid one time. So we come to the first real switchback here. Beautifully done. And right up to here. And then the trail continues up the mountainside, and I think there'll be another switchback shortly. So here's a second switchback. A little wider and broader. And up the mountainside some more. Right here is a detour to the Shining Rock. Might be a good place to go if you're taking this trail up and down, but I have to prioritize my loop right now. So we're getting near the top of Little Haystack. It's been going up pretty steeply for a while here, so we're gaining altitude quickly. It's getting lighter. Sun's coming out, but it's been nice and cool. Not many clouds, beautiful day. So we'll see you on the top here. Just a few steps after the last shot, I turned around and saw this. Kinsman Ridge, the Cannonballs, and Cannon Mountain. There's the spot where the old man used to be. So we're on the top of Little Haystack now. Almost as high as Eisenhower and Moosalok. Right there we have the Flume Peak, and Mount Liberty, and we'll look north in just a moment. So here's Lincoln from this peak, about a mile away or so, only a few hundred feet vertical. Trail goes along the ridge, people are headed out. There's Cannon Mountain, we're 600 or 700 feet above that now. There's Moosalok. We'll wander and trample the vegetation. Here's the Kinsman Ridge. North on the right and south Kinsman Peaks. Here's Owl's Head right in the middle of the Pemigewasset Wilderness. Trail right up the side, goes up the slide. and then becomes ledgy after that. When I went up that trail, I found a spring right in the middle of the trail coming out of the rock. Drank the water with no treatment whatsoever, never a problem. Really nice trail work right up through here, leading up to Lincoln. Beautiful rock stairway. Well, I might have to call this another stairway to heaven. It's absolutely beautiful. Right up to Mount Lincoln. Clouds have started coming over a little bit, but might get a little sprinkle on me. I don't see any high clouds that would cause thunderstorms and lightning, so I think I'm fine. There's Guyot, South Twin, North Twin. And there's Garfield peeking over the massive shoulder of Lincoln. So the trail winds up the hillside here. Little cap here. And then pretty straight up further along here. And we're halfway up this group of caps. Here's Moosalok. Still getting a lot of great views here, so I'll stop filming now. On the Franconia Ridge, one of the jewels of the White Mountains and the Appalachian Trail. This is the lower part of the ridge over to Little Haystack. And Falling Waters Trail comes up there. So we're on the top of Mount Lincoln, looking across to Cannon Mountain. Lonesome Lake. North Kinsman and South Kinsman. Lafayette looks like we can reach out and touch it, but it's really a mile away. So we'll be there in a half an hour or 45 minutes. So I'm on the north end of Mount Lincoln. There's Owl's Head again, looking across to, I believe, Kerrigan, and then Bond Cliff. Well, you have to hike up there to see it really nicely. This is the ring of mountains around the Pemigewasset Wilderness. There's Garfield again, over the shoulder of Lafayette instead. But this ring of mountains was formed by a ring dike under an ancient volcano. Not sure if Owl's Head is a collapsed center to that or not. I've come to the first cap on the way back up. Back towards Not sure I'm halfway yet. There's more up than down on this ridge in the direction I'm going. Looking from the same spot, now looking north along the ridge. Another cap coming up here. And right up the ridge to Lafayette. You see some clouds are starting to blow over the top here. I haven't seen any high clouds in the distance that would indicate thunderstorms and lightning. But I wouldn't be at all surprised or shocked if there was a shower here. My memory of this ridge is from 33 years ago, so after this second cap, looks like we're going down a little bit, a few hundred feet, and then we'll have to make that back up on the ridge to Lafayette. When on the mountain, do as the mountain does. Stop. top of the Greenleaf Hut. So there's Lincoln Peak looking back down through the Franconia notch. As you can see, the clouds are starting to roll over. Probably be some interesting mountain weather before we're done here, just a little bit more to the top of Lafayette. The only sure thing about mountain weather is change. There goes the ridge. Clouds are starting to come right by my ear. And the top of the mountain is right there. So the clouds are rolling over the top, and there's still some sunlight down on Owl's Head and over on the far side of the range. Should be pretty interesting on top. So we're on top of Mount Lafayette. There is a benchmark here. Can't really read the height, but we're at 5,260. And that means that today I've done almost 3,400 vertical to get here. Actually, I've done more like 3,700 at least, because there's a dip in the ridge here and some other dips along the way. Might even give myself credit for 4,000 for good behavior. But it's not raining either, so I guess I'll count my blessings here. There's the summit, quite a few people up here. Met a whole bunch of people coming down the trail that didn't really understand mountain weather, didn't have a windbreaker with them. They're hiking and looked like cotton or something, but hopefully they learned from this experience. So as I get ready to head downhill from Lafayette, the sun has come out again, sort of. Ici, nous avons...
Moi, c'est Molly.
Martin de Sherbrooke.
Québec, on est dans le mont Lafayette, puis on trouve ça extraordinaire. Les nuages viennent juste de prendre la montagne d'assaut, c'est merveilleux, c'est super beau.
C'est super. Deuxième fois en 2 semaines, c'est quelque chose à voir.
C'est magnifique.
Merci beaucoup.
Merci.
Bonne route.
Merci.
So here's the signpost on the top of the mountain. Looks like they had to replace the top. And here's my sign, the Greenleaf Trail. I'm going to take that down to the Greenleaf Hut and then down to the old bridle path.